Hi, I'm Ryan Palmer, Director of Washington, D.C. Community Initiatives with the A. James and Alice B. Clark Foundation, headquartered in Bethesda, Maryland, and focused on the Washington, D.C. region. The Clark Foundation's belief in opportunity and supporting people who are doing exceptional work, I think that really aligns with Capital Impact's vision. They have a broad understanding of the many areas where support and development is needed. And they really find the people, the organizations who are going to make it happen. And they really lean in and provide that, again, financial support as well as thought partnership, technical assistance, and additional networking. And so I think the alignment in terms of opportunity and kind of leaning in, true partnership. These are things that we really value here at the foundation. Trusting our partners. I believe Capital Impact also trusts their partners, and really creating authentic relationships. This is how the work gets done. Philanthropic capital ought to be risk capital. If not philanthropy, then who? Lending itself is risky. And it becomes this self-perpetuating narrative when lenders and other folks will put up barriers and more intense scrutiny, and they're lending, making fewer loans to people of color. The Clark Foundation, during our spend down, is really focused on ways to have significant, lasting impact in the communities of which we consider ourselves to be a part. And the Equitable Development Initiative and the broader Entrepreneurs of Color Fund was particularly attractive to our board and our leadership, because it really does sort of center around this notion of opportunity. We really looked at many of the challenges, particularly that developers, Black and Brown developers face, and was really designed in a way and designed with up and coming Black and Brown developers to support their needs sort of across the board. I think if we're looking at traditional kind of real estate development spaces, those relationships are key. And there's that sort of old adage about teaching people to fish. There needs to be a fishing rod in place as well. It's such a holistic approach. I think it's capital access is an issue, but then there's also sort of lack of access to knowledge, to information, to relationships. Technical assistance and direct capital assistance is that it's not focused on just one, it's a much more holistic approach. So there are plenty of programs that provide technical assistance without that key critical piece of connecting folks with capital who are typically, blocked systemically from accessing the necessary capital. There are a lot of initiatives that focus on one issue. Maybe it's health, maybe it's education, maybe it's workforce. But, underlying all of this are economic conditions and economic sustainability and economic opportunity and economic mobility. And so, one of the ways to build wealth, one of the only true ways to build wealth in this country is through the establishment of a small business, which, then grows. And so, I think that support of, talented, savvy, entrepreneurial-minded folks is really important, and particularly important in communities where there have been systemic barriers placed to accessing the capital that they need. The networks of support aren't necessarily there. Capital Impact is a phenomenal organization. They've got brilliant leadership. They've got a great track record. They've got the financial savvy and just the deep connection with community that it takes to make it all work.